as now we welcome Coach Pritzlaff on the mic with us today. Coach, how you doing today? Nice little return home for you as well. A big victory from your Scarlet Knights, 24-12. I thought everybody wrestled pretty well today. What do you think?
Yeah, we wrestled tough. Obviously the big ones, Metzler. You think you're going out there kind of shorthanded without Suriano, obviously. And then he gets taken down right away. And then he fell right into a Turk position that we go over just about every day. And that set the tone for the entire duel, I thought.
I mean, how about that pin? I mean, I know you guys have not had Suriano for a little while now and might not have him Sunday. But you look at what Metzler did tonight, we were thinking the same thing. He gets taken down right away, as you mentioned, and then all of a sudden gets the reversal, and I guess that's why he is one of those best guys behind Suriano in the room, went right for the tilt and ended up getting the pin.
Yeah, absolutely. He gets taken down right away. He knows those positions, got a leg in, sits him, gets underneath it. Then he's in that Turk, and he finished the Turk as good as anybody in our program does. But it's the system. It's what we do all the time. These guys, they get out there. We tell them, go out there, have fun, relax, and react, and just let your training take over. And obviously he did that, and that really boosted the entire duel.
Let's jump ahead a bit to 157 pounds. That was a major victory by John Vimbrell. He was sporting the white wrestling shoes tonight, looked good, and came out and wrestled really well. Was in a few really good scrambling situations. Do you think that is his best position in the scrambles, or what do you think is his strongest facet right now?
Yeah, I think John wrestled great at Illinois. That match didn't go the way he wanted it to, and then
against Langendorfer.
Yeah, he wrestled a great match, and he gets into one scramble position, and the match gets away from him, and he was kind of been I would say doubting himself the last week or so. Thinking he's been doing all the right things, training really hard, preparing the way he needs to prepare, and then he goes out there and doesn't have a positive result. So that can get in your head a little bit. That's frustrating. So I think tonight he wrestled a solid match. He dominated all the positions. He's great in scrambles, as you guys know. He's long. He's stingy. He's stingy as a person. He's stingy as a wrestler. He doesn't like to give up anything in an argument or anything with any of the guys on the team, and that's how he wrestles. I always say wrestling's your person. You wrestle like your personality, and that's exactly how he is. He backs up to nobody. He's a fighter. He fights through positions, and he did a great job. That's a good guy. That's a good guy that he turned it around. That guy beat him at Midlands.
Speaking of wrestling like your personality, Richie Lewis brought out the fireworks today. Another close victory over another tough kid in Evan Wick. Wick is huge, about 6'2", probably even pushing 6'3", and Richie was able to counteract that. Very aggressive down low, and he seemed to be pushing the pace the entire match. What'd you like out of him tonight?
Yeah, I thought Richie did a really good job in the first period. He kind of checked his range, ran him out of bounds, saw where he could go. And then I still think, though, Richie has a lot more left in the tank. He's not really unleashing right now. I think his best wrestling is to come Sunday, and then again at the Big Tens and the NCAAs. I think he still has a lot more weapons that he isn't firing with right now. So I do think he controlled the match. He's winning a variety of different ways, which is good. He can win on his feet. He's getting out on bottom on everybody. And then you saw him, he rode the kid like a dog. And that's a tall guy that's funky and scrambles. And Richie did an outstanding job keeping him down.
Before these big matches for Richie Lewis, we've asked Coach Godona, what does Richie have to do? Each time he says, no, make this a one takedown match, third period, and we have confidence in Richie getting that takedown. Do you agree with that strategy, or do you think now, because Richie has been so hot recently, that he should be pushing for more takedown, trying to push the pace more and be more offensive?
I think, yes, that's a good strategy for him, because he can make things happen late, like you saw. He rarely rides guys, and then when it came down to it, he said, I'm going to ride this guy. So when he makes up his mind to do something, he's very successful. So I think if he made up his mind in the first period, I'm going to take this guy down right now, I think he'd be able to do it. It's just a matter of him saying, this is what my plan is, this is what I want to do. Sometimes he does. He takes it to a one takedown match. But you saw in the Penn State match that didn't work out for him. He couldn't get that late takedown that he really needed. So I'd like to see him be more offensive, give himself more opportunities, so then it doesn't always have to come down to a one takedown situation with 30 seconds to go in the third period.
Coach, we'll leave you here with this one and kind of a combined question. Nick Gravina, another big victory for him tonight, helps out with Big Ten seeding and possibly nationals. And then the team as a whole, you guys kind of broke up a funk. You guys were lost 4 of the last 5. You break out of that, and you get a few upsets here tonight, and another big win from Richie Lewis. Nick Gravina and the whole team and how does this help you guys fuel for Sunday and then for Big Tens?
Well, it's great to see the fire and the energy from our team, because we challenged these guys earlier in the week. And we challenged them and said, you guys do not want to be the first team since the Scott Goodale era to finish under 500. And we going into this match, we're under 500. We're 6-7 now. We're 7-7, and we're going to face a good Princeton team on Sunday. So these guys really rose to the occasion. I thought they wrestled really hard. They knew what we were up against. It's a bad environment in here. It always has been at Wisconsin. They're not a very raucous crowd like we're used to at the RAC, but they did a great job. They were fueled. They had great energy. They fought really hard, and I really feel like that's going to propel us into Sunday, which is another big match, and then we're going to be ready for the Big Tens. And I really feel our best wrestling's ahead of us.
Coach, now this will be the last question, the Nick Gravina question. Against Taylor Venz, got that pass by very early in the match. This match, first takedown against Ricky Robertson, another pass by. Two top-ranked Big Ten foes, 2 pass bys, and 2 victories for Nick Gravina. Do you think he's going to that move could land him in an All-American spot, maybe in
Absolutely.
Nationals?
That's his go-to attack. It has been since I got here. We've tried to diversify some things, but it's because of his limitations with the way his body is, which you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's his go-to offense, and he gets you so tired out there that you just can't help it, and you reach. And then when you reach, boom, he hits it like a knockout punch. And he's very good at it. That's his go-to takedown. Now, some of these guys they're going to adjust and they're going to prepare and try to get ready for him. But as long as he remains tough, he's tough on the mat. He came out of that scramble. I didn't like the way he finished. I do not want a guy in on my legs with the 20 seconds left to try to finish the match. And he out-scrambled the guy, but I want to see him controlling the center, controlling ties, and finishing that way. But other than that, I thought he wrestled a really solid match.
Tell you what, it's going to be very fun to watch. Coach, we appreciate your time as always, and we'll see you Sunday at Princeton.
Guys, thanks so much for coming out. We really appreciate you traveling with us.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.